Hi everyone, we've been a little bit quiet recently, so we thought we'd give you a little bit of an update on where we're up to. The council now have 2 consented schemes for the Saxonvale site, one from Acorn Property Group and one from Mayday Saxonvale. As ever, the situation is really complex, but where we're trying to get to is the same as ever: to get Mendip District Council to fairly and transparently compare the 2 schemes for the Saxonvale site and decide which one to proceed with in the best interests of the community of Frome. But it would appear at the moment everything they're doing is designed to stop this happening.
Good afternoon everyone. Yeah, exactly.
How many takes?
You press star 6 on the...
So in the summer, we got conditional outline planning approval, and it's conditional because we've got to return to planning board completing such items as our S106 agreement. That agreement details our contributions towards highways and educations and other such matters. Acorn took over a year to finalise theirs. We're going to finalise ours. We're on track to within 4 months. We've sent it out and it's gone out for review to the council. And then the councillors planning have come back to us and said that we need to get agreement from council as landowner to sign up to this S106 agreement. Now, we haven't got agreement from them so far to do that. The question is, can they sign up to multiple S106 agreements? Let's find out.
And quite rightly, people in this room say, well, you must pick what is best. And they are quite right to say we must pick what is best. The other thing I want to check, Keith, and I'm sure because I've given the answer, but I want to check on what is formally said by an officer. We could have a section 106 multiple times over if so we wanted. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So by continuing to not enter into our S106 agreement, the council are delivering a perfectly crafted catch-22. They're saying, Mayday, get on with it. Sign your S106 agreement if you want to have a chance of being compared with the Acorn scheme, whilst at the same time blocking our very ability to do that. There have been some concerns about the ability of the council to step away from the Acorn scheme and to then pursue the Mayday option in Saxonvale. So let's hear about that from the principal lawyer at the council.
There is also a provision in this sales and overage agreement that either party can determine the contract with no fault. Now, what that means is that either party can walk away from the agreement.
Great, crystal clear. They can walk away from the Acorn scheme and pursue the Mayday option. So what should happen next?
I think the objective for the council should be to try to get to a position where you can judge both schemes together on an equal footing, decide which one represents best value for money in accordance with the council's objectives, but also finds favour with the people of Frome. It's fine for us to say the council will have the option, various options still, but I'm probably asking for, well, I am asking for a stronger commitment to that given at full council, which is that you as leader will ensure that both schemes will be considered. And I think if there was more information on that, then that may overcome the concerns regarding trust and transparency and openness.
He talked about, well, can we commit to what's going to happen? A commitment's already been made that if there was a viable or set of viable applications, Mendip would look at this. And I presume, and I would hope, any successor authority would look at this. An absolute commitment's been made to that. And I give you that as my also personal commitment that I would do that if you do not believe the words that have been uttered by Mendip Council.
So let's hear from the leader of the council.
I repeat, if we have information about the viability of both projects, and that will be part and parcel of looking again at the valuation of both, evaluation of the Acorn, and that is quite clearly stated here. We need to go out and look at the valuation of that and the viability, and we can at the same time look at any other viable scheme which is in front of us. I mean, we have a duty of care to the people of Mendip, and therefore, the option is there.
So the option is there. Sounds broadly positive, but what are they actually going to do? So we were delighted when the leader of the council, Ros Wyke, and the deputy leader, Barry O'Leary, agreed to meet with us on the 5th of October, our first ever meeting with the council. A chance to move forward, to have good faith discussions and not look backwards. Unfortunately, on the 3rd of October, 2 days before, the meeting was cancelled. The reason given by the CEO of the council was that there's a judicial review open against the Acorn scheme. So we offered to meet without prejudice, which means anything discussed can't be used within those judicial review proceedings. There was no response to that offer. So we sought clarity. What if the judicial review wasn't happening? Would they be able to meet with us in that circumstance? And then it transpired that they couldn't meet with any third party, as from their perspective it would involve the comparison with the Acorn scheme. Which means we've arrived at a position where the council on one hand are saying they can pursue other options in Saxonvale, and then on the other hand they can't meet with those third parties that have those exact options. This position is complete nonsense. So a week after Mayday gained its conditional planning approval, the council agreed to sign off the Acorn S106 Agreement, and that completes their outline planning permission. And they've now moved straight on to completing their detailed planning permission, often called reserved matters. Once that's approved, they can put a spade in the ground and start physical works on site, and there's no going back from there. The question is, would Acorn be pursuing this investment of time and money if they genuinely thought there was a chance the council were going to compare the two schemes for Saxonvale and potentially then not continue with the Acorn scheme? So what are the council's true intentions? It's hard for us to know because they aren't talking to us and they aren't talking to Frome.
Entering into this Section 106 agreement may be an indication that the council is intent on pursuing the Acorn option without fully considering the Mayday option.
At every turn, the council appeared to be taking direct steps to frustrate their own ability to compare the two schemes for Saxonvale. It appears clear that they really want to just pursue the Acorn scheme. We want to talk. We want to work in partnership with Mendip District Council and the new Somerset Council. Our objective of maximising public value, whether it's higher revenue for the council or the benefits that need to be delivered in this site for the people of Frome, are entirely aligned with that of the council. Acorn's objectives simply are not aligned. We're asking for the council to complete a fair and transparent comparison between the two schemes in Saxonvale. Indeed, as they have said, they are obliged to ensure they are receiving best consideration for their land interest. We're going to be launching a declaration which will enable the community of Frome and councillors to put their name to this incredibly simple request. The new Somerset Council has come forward as a listening council. At some point, the community in Frome are going to need to be listened to.